What's up, guys? This is Chris from DraftDashboard.com.
Here are my DFS picks for NFL Week 13 Millionaire Maker.
These picks apply for DraftKings and FanDuel. Before I get started, please drop a like on this video and hit that red subscribe button
And hit that bell icon
so you don't miss our new videos.
Okay guys, this is for the Millionaire Maker slate, which is the Sunday main slate at 1 p.m. Oh, and stick around to the very end of this video. After I show you all my picks in the Draft Dashboard tools, I'll show you these players in DraftKings and in FanDuel, the Millionaire Maker slates. There'll be 2 spots open that you have to fill in, but you'll have a great Millionaire Maker core. Okay, we're gonna do something a little different in this Millionaire Maker lineup. I normally don't pay up for quarterbacks, but I really like this spot, so my Millionaire Maker quarterback for NFL Week 13 is Patrick Mahomes from the Kansas City Chiefs playing the Oakland Raiders, who have the 4th worst defense overall, and they give up the 4th most fantasy points to opposing quarterbacks. Patrick Mahomes has averaged 24.1 fantasy points per game on the season. He had a bad game last game, only put up 16 fantasy points, but he had 5 rush attempts that game. He's going to be about 11% owned, projected at 27.2 fantasy points here in Week 13. He's $7,400 DraftKings salary and $1,200 more on FanDuel. Vegas thinks there's going to be 51.5 points scored in this game, and they have the Kansas City Chiefs favored by 9.5. But that's a high-scoring game, and the Chiefs are supposed to score most of these points, so you know Patrick Mahomes is going to be involved in a lot of scoring plays. This guy's phenomenal. It's a home game, a fantastic matchup, a high-scoring game, and a bounce-back game. So I like Patrick Mahomes here versus the Oakland Raiders.
Before I continue with the picks, I'm excited today because we added a new contest for everyone watching.
If you want to enter the drawing for $100 PayPal,
all you need to do is like this video, hit that subscribe button, and make a quick comment below to be entered into the drawing. We'll reply to a random comment and let you know that you won.
And then we'll send you $100 PayPal.
So it's that easy,
and we pick a new winner every Saturday and announce them in our video.
So get your comment in now so I can add another entry for you.
Okay, let's take a look at the running back position. Now, some of you guys may hear this pick and say, oh, awful, terrible pick. I'm not playing that guy. But hear me out on this one. My Millionaire Maker Week 13 running back is going to be Todd Gurley from the LA Rams playing the Arizona Cardinals, who have the absolute worst defense overall, and they give up the 9th most fantasy points to opposing running backs. Todd Gurley has averaged 13.3 fantasy points per game on the season, getting an average of 13.5 rush attempts per game and 3.4 pass targets per game. He only scored 5 fantasy points last game, but that was only on 6 rush attempts and 3 pass targets. So he was game scripted out of that game because the 49ers were blowing them out the whole way. So he didn't have a chance. So that's going to drop his ownership despite being in a smash spot for a reasonable salary. He's only going to be about 12% owned. He's on the field for 75% of the snaps, projected at 15.8 fantasy points here in Week 13. He's $6,500 DraftKings salary and $900 more on FanDuel. Vegas thinks there's going to be 47 points scored in this game, and they have the Rams favored by 3. So this is a pretty high scoring game. It's a fantastic matchup and a nice bounce back game for Todd Gurley, who didn't get a lot of work last week. So he should be fresh and good to go in a great matchup. So I like Todd Gurley here versus the Arizona Cardinals. Okay guys, if you're getting any value from this video, please hit that red subscribe button. We put out new fantasy football videos every day. So if you hit that subscribe button and ring that bell notification, you won't miss out on any of our new fantasy football videos. Tons of free stuff coming your way. It only takes a second, and it helps us push out more fantasy football content for you guys to consume each and every day. It's because of you subscribers that make this possible. So thank you for supporting this channel. Okay, who do we have at the wide receiver position? My NFL Week 13 Millionaire Maker wide receiver is Christian Kirk from the Arizona Cardinals, playing the LA Rams, who have a middle-of-the-pack defense overall, and they're middle-of-the-pack defending opposing wide receivers. Christian Kirk has averaged 15.9 fantasy points per game on the season, getting an average of 8.9 pass targets per game. He scored 10 fantasy points last week off of 9 pass targets. He even gets the occasional rush attempt. He's going to be about 17% owned, on the field for 92% of the snaps, projected at 13.6 fantasy points here in week 13. He's $5,700 DraftKings salary and $400 more on FanDuel. Vegas thinks there's going to be 47 points scored in this game. They have the Cardinals trailing by 3, so it should be a passing game script for Kyler Murray and Christian Kirk. This is a home game, a decent matchup, a high-scoring game, and a good value. So I like Christian Kirk here versus the LA Rams.
Real quick, guys, I got great news. For a limited time, we're offering a full 30-day trial to Draft Dashboard. You can try all the tools for NFL, and you can try the tools for NBA. This is a great time to get in and try everything for 1 month. The tools are all about saving research time. You can see the last 3 games, the fantasy points per game, the targets they got per game, so you can see how involved they are in the offense, the rushes they got per game. Seeing all this stuff on one screen helps you save time and make better picks. Oh, and if you're tired of doing research every day, we just added a cheat sheet that shows hand-picked plays for the slate. No confusing stat lines, no headaches, just a simple cheat sheet that shows the absolute best players for your lineups.
Okay, moving on to the tight end position. My week 13 millionaire maker tight end is Greg Olson from the Carolina Panthers, playing the Washington Redskins, who have the 11th worst defense overall, and they give up the 7th most fantasy points to opposing tight ends. Greg Olson has averaged 10.3 fantasy points per game on the season. He scored 9, 11, and 18 fantasy points in his last 3 games. He's getting an average of 6.2 pass targets per game. He got 7 pass targets last game, and he's only going to be about 2% owned. He's on the field for 91% of the snaps, projected at 9.8 fantasy points here in week 13. He's only $4,400 DraftKings salary, and he's $700 more on FanDuel. Vegas thinks there's going to be 39.5 points scored in this game, and they have the Panthers favored by 9.5. So this is a home game, a great matchup. Greg Olson has been on fire. His salary is still low. His ownership is low. So this is a nice player to differentiate your lineup. So I like Greg Olson here versus the Washington Redskins.
If you want to try all these daily fantasy tools for yourself, click the link in the description below this video, or just go to draftdashboard.com. You can use our DFS lineup optimizer to build quality lineups using our picks and your own custom player pool. Click the link in the description below this video and try all these daily fantasy tools right now. Thanks so much for watching. Oh, and don't forget to subscribe to this channel and hit that bell icon so you can get instant updates whenever we post a new video. You've unlocked the bonus content.
Okay, here we are in the DraftKings lineup optimizer over here on Draft Dashboard. I've got the Millionaire Maker core locked in, and I've generated a lineup. We've got Patrick Mahomes at 11% ownership, LaShawn McCoy at 2% ownership, Todd Gurley at 12% ownership, Christian Kirk at 17% ownership, Tyreek Hill at 7% ownership, Demaryius Thomas at 6% ownership, Greg Olson at 2% ownership, Philip Lindsay at 16% ownership, and the Jets versus the Cincinnati Bengals. It's using all 50,000 of the 50,000 DraftKings salary. So we have Patrick Mahomes paired up with Tyreek Hill. Those guys could go off for 2 or 3 touchdowns and explode here in week 13. And if the Kansas City Chiefs get up big on Oakland, or even if it's a competitive game, LaShawn McCoy can get a lot of work. He's a value play running back in a high-scoring offense. He could catch a pass for a touchdown and give you points for both Patrick Mahomes and LaShawn McCoy. So I don't think that play is out of the question. Todd Gurley, I think, is going to be a sneaky play this week. We're hoping Christian Kirk scores a couple of touchdowns for us. Demaryius Thomas is a sneaky player from the New York Jets. He's on the field for 65% of the snaps. He's getting quite a few pass targets at only $3,600 DraftKings salary. He's our value play here. And then we got Greg Olson, who's been a consistent tight end with 20-point upside. And then we got a running back in our flex, Phillip Lindsay from the Denver Broncos, playing the LA Chargers. He's going to be about 16% owned. He's got a good floor with a high ceiling, and the Cincinnati Bengals have looked awful on offense, so I like the Jets here at defense. So I like this lineup. I'm going to go ahead and save it so that I can optimize it later. Okay, now here we are in the FanDuel lineup optimizer over on Draft Dashboard. We've got our Millionaire Maker core locked in, and I've generated a lineup here. We've got Patrick Mahomes, Todd Gurley, Miles Sanders, DJ Chark, Christian Kirk, Devontae Adams, Greg Olson, Travis Kelce, and the Eagles defense. So you can see that all of these players are projected with high ownership, with the exception of Greg Olson. So he's the player that's making this lineup unique. Miles Sanders is projected to be about 40% owned, so he's going to be the chalk running back, and all the other players are 20 to 30% owned. We've spent up at defense here, the Philadelphia Eagles versus the Miami Dolphins, who have been struggling all year, so I like that play. So I like this lineup. I'm going to go ahead and save it so I can optimize it later.
Thank you so much for watching, everyone. If you enjoyed this video, please smickety smash that like button and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Oh, and please comment below with your favorite player for this NFL slate. I love to hear what you guys have to think. Thanks again and good luck.
Do you want more fantasy football picks? Check out the video linked right in the middle of the screen. If you got any value from this video, please tap that subscribe button before you get out of here and ring that bell notification so you won't miss our daily fantasy football uploads. We're putting out new videos every day, so I don't want you guys to miss any of our free content.